What's going on, guys? A little bit of recap of the last week and a half of training. Kind of just going to go over the outline of how I have my off-season set up, and it also is building on Kaylee's pro debut prep. So it's going to be more of a hypertrophy bodybuilding, but still with a good bit of emphasis on technical abilities within the powerlifting movements, and using the powerlifting movements to build strength and keep strength while prepping. You know, the things that you do that add muscle to your body, the things that got you your strongest and your biggest, you don't want to all of a sudden neglect that just because you started prepping and starting to lean out. You want to definitely try to keep as much muscle and as much size on as possible, and the best way to do that is to just lift heavy ass weight and go to, you know, push yourself and try to do a little bit more each week. So the way I have training set up is 3-week waves, and within the waves we're kind of creating different variations for the movements. So for squats, it's more of a 2-week wave, so we're going to be doing cambered bar squats, and then we're going to be doing high bar tempo squats. And really on that day, it's the major emphasis is going to be quad development, and the secondary movement is going to be the secondary emphasis is going to be hamstrings. So everything we're doing with those 2 bars and the compound movements afterwards are more quad dominant, closer stance, using heeled shoes, and just because those bars sit higher up on your traps, I tend to get a better quad development out of them, quad pump. So I'm using that, and just the different variations and rotating them week to week, I think is going to create a pretty good stimulus each week, trying to beat the previous week, whether it be with load or whether it be with sets and reps. So as you'll see in the videos, we do a lot of progressive overload type of training, just because that's kind of been proven to be the best way to grow and get stronger, is to continuously add weight to the bar and add more volume. And that works for me. It doesn't work for everyone. Typically some people do better work with low volume, like Sean Doyle. He does better with low volume. He has a hard time recovering from higher volume, and that's why he didn't perform well at his last meet, because he got beaten to the ground and wasn't able to recover in time. And that's just trial and error of what he was trying to do with a different coach. So now that he's doing his own thing, I think he's going to be far better off and make the progress he needs to make so that he can reach the goals that he's trying to reach. Doing 3 pressing movements a week. First day is on a Sunday. The main emphasis is on flat bench, barbell movement, and then so after that would be more of your chest and triceps and stuff. More of like a typical powerlifting, bodybuilding chest day type of thing. Second day is on a Tuesday, and it's mostly shoulders, doing 2 press movements and then a lot of raises, rear delts, things like that, just to work some different areas. And now that I'm able to do some shoulder overhead press, and I feel like I'm going to be able to develop my shoulders pretty good and get a lot stronger. And then the third pressing day is on Thursday, and that's dumbbell work, whether it be dumbbell incline, dumbbell flat, dumbbell overheads, just kind of whatever the previous days we didn't accomplish. Those the Thursday one is kind of like a cleanup day where we kind of hit everything, but it's with dumbbells, not with heavy barbells or anything like that. But still trying to push the weight, still trying to progress a lot week to week on these, and just keeping things moving, keeping things tracking. And then 2 deadlift days. We have a sumo deadlift day where we mostly work on abductors and adductors and hips and glutes. And then the next deadlift day is conventional pulls, stiff legs, and then a lot of back work. And we'll throw in some strongman movements for some conditioning work and just different types of variations on those days. So that's kind of the weekly split that we have going on right now. It may change depending on how we progress and adapt to it. So just stay tuned for more. Just amazing. One hike, So it's Friday, May 19th. Just got done doing some hiking, as you guys saw. Deadlifted earlier today. Good week of training. Good week as far as the off-season blocks going. Everything's going according to plan. Hitting the numbers that I intended to hit, and body's feeling good. Everything's feeling healthier. So I'm excited to see how these months and blocks progress on top of each other for the meet in November. Then we also have Kaylee, who's getting ready for her pro debut. Prep started yesterday, so we will be following along and seeing how she does as well. Are you excited?
I am, very. I started early.
Yeah, which is dumb, but whatever.
Only a couple days.
So that means no cheat meal before the start of prep. How dare you call yourself a bodybuilder? I thought that's what all the bodybuilders do.
Cheat all the time. No.
So how do you change your mentality from powerlifting to bodybuilding? Is there any difference?
I know that I started watching more bodybuilding videos versus watching powerlifting videos on YouTube.
Yeah, but that was just to get into the mood of wanting to prep again. But I mean, as far as like getting ready mentally, is there any difference, or are you just kind of attacking them the same, trying to bring your best for not only the gym but outside of the gym? Like, does any of that change, or is it different?
For the most part, it's the same. I know that for powerlifting, it's a lot easier to justify a cheat meal, where now I know that if I cheat outside of what like my coach may give me, then it's like, well crap, come show day, then I'm gonna like think back to that one cheat or whatever and be like, I did not bring my best, I did not give it my all during this prep. So that's what I try to keep in mind, where like for powerlifting, it's okay if you eat, because generally the more food you eat, the more like energy and strength you'll have in the gym. So I think that's the only thing that really changes. Other than that, I still go into the gym and just try to give it my all and be as strong as I possibly can for that day.
Do you have any strength goals for your prep at all?
I think my main goal is to maintain my strength as I diet down, because past preps I've lost like a lot of my strength. So I've worked so hard these past 2 years to get stronger, and I would like to maintain that as I get leaner.
So a good principle to think of whenever you're dieting for anything is, if you can maintain your strength for the most part, then you're maintaining a lot of your muscle. And how you train to get the muscle and get the strength is how you should train to keep it. You know, there's no reason to change your training style just because you're dieting. Whatever got the muscle on there and got the strength going is going to be the same thing that keeps it there. So make sure that whenever you're doing any type of diet, if you do start to feel or notice that you're getting a lot weaker in your lifts, it may be time to change things up a little bit, whether it be adding in refeed days or, you know, something along those lines to keep everything going. So just some stuff to think about. We'll talk to Kaylee a little bit more as she continues on with her prep. I do disagree with her as far as food and powerlifting goes. I think the better you eat, the better you perform inside the gym. So if you're just eating crap for the sake of eating crap, I think that's going to ultimately be detrimental to your performance. But, you know, it is a stigma in powerlifting that you can eat a lot crappier and get away with it, but I feel like the best athletes also treat it just like bodybuilding and try to eat as healthy and as performance driven as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed the hike and this week of training. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, and I'll catch you guys next time.